What's good, YouTube? This is Delteros, and today I am here with Bug Boy, or the Bug Boy, and the Nyanitor to do a bug type tier list. Say hi, y'all.
Nya.
Howdy, howdy.
What's good? Alright, so we're gonna get right into this because I don't want to spend an hour and a half on this tier list, even though we probably will, because some of these discussions might run deep. Um, let's get started. Butterfree. I'm saying B tier because it does have some competitive value in the design, while basic is still pretty good.
Your turn, Jan.
I like Butterfree. It's one of the OG bugs, OG butterfly and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus the colors are very nice.
Also,
Simple design, but
if you
fitting.
didn't cry when you saw Bye Bye Butterfree, you're just not human.
Oof, right?
But so B tier for me. Where's it? Where would you put it, Jan?
I'm not very good at tiering mons, to be honest. So I mean, B's fine with me.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Bug Boy?
Uh, well, personally, I don't really like Butterfree. I know it's one of the original bugs, and I know that's kind of like sinful to say, but I don't really like the Pokemon. Sure you can rag on its base stats, but you can do that with most of the mons on this list. Instead, I think there's a lot of focus on the fact that it has compound eyes as a big defender for it. And I don't know, just compound eyes plus status move isn't, I don't know, I just don't think it's that good. I,
Nah, brother. I feel you. I
we're gonna
feel you.
come, personally, I think it's a C tier bug. Just because without compound eyes, like its hidden ability is tinted lenses, for instance. So let's say you have the hidden ability, you want the shiny hidden ability Pokemon for your collection or whatever. You just are nerfing your bug substantially, and already a bug that's not that good. I would say I'm sorry, that would be my thing. The only thing about it is that it did get that G max.
Yeah. 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 You're not wrong. So that's two B's and a C, so it goes to B tier anyway.
Yeah,
Okay, so, and something else I just noticed about this list because it was pre-made. I do not see Crustle on here.
the slander,
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
the
Like,
slander. I just noticed that, and that hurts me. I just assumed it would be.
it's like every
Um,
other bug type in the game is on here except for Crustle. What were they
all right,
thinking?
everybody, we're just gonna pretend that Wormadam at the bottom that you see, that Wormadam, that's Crustle. Grab that Wormadam real quick. You can pretend that's Crustle, and we're just gonna snag that. Oh, left. Nope, wrong one. And we're gonna snag it, and we're gonna put it right in S tier because that's what Crustle deserves. He is the pinnacle of it.
Nah,
Look,
brother.
he can take out Charizard. He can take out Moltres. He's surviving. He's the man with the
He could if
plan.
he were faster than they were and he had any special defense. You're absolutely right. He could, but he's not and he don't. So no, he can't.
He has 75 special defense. That's not a lot, but he's not 40. And he has sturdy. 100% I survive whatever they hit me with, and then I hit them with the go home button. Anyways, we'll talk about Crustle. That's one of my favorite bugs. I think it's just
Yeah,
all in
and
all one of the best bugs they ever made.
it's a good bug. It's a good bug design, but it ain't S tier. What do you think, Jan?
Yeah, I'm not so sure about S tier either, to be honest. I mean, it's a neat mon. Isn't it kind of like a hermit crab?
Yeah,
Or,
Yes.
that's what it's supposed to be.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really understand how that's a bug. I figured that would be water because crab, but
Well, crabs are,
I know they're bugs of the sea,
yeah.
but yeah, there's
Hmm.
that. Okay, so Beedrill. This thing is I love the design. Don't misunderstand. The design is peak. If it was just based on design, it would probably be an S tier design for me. But like statistically it's bad. Its typing is horrendous. Especially for what it's intended to do, because it's intended to be a beginning of the game mon that can get you through the beginning of the game. And then it encounters Brock. And if Brock had any ground type moves, it would be worthless. Actually, no, it's worthless anyway, because Brock has rock type moves. And then honestly, 395 is not a great stat, is not a great base stat total. It doesn't have any stats over 100. Um, like it's mega. They min max. I respect it. They did try, but any mon that takes 40% to fake out, granted that fake out is from a mega Kangaskhan, but still, you're taking 40% to a move that is meant to be weak. But yeah, I like Beedrill. I love Mega Beedrill. I just competitively it's just not a good mon. So I have to take that into consideration. So I'm saying like once again, solid B tier. What about you, Bug Boy?
I mean, we can just rename the tier, the Butterfree tier or the Beedrill tier. I'll be honest with you, they are pretty B tier Pokemon. I mean, I feel like Butterfree is C tier, but I mean, in hindsight, looking at the list, there's nothing more B tier than the Gen 1 bugs that we got on route in Viridian Forest.
You are
Now,
not wrong.
now I will say this. If we're comparing their best forms, beyond the shadow of a doubt, I loved playing Mega Beedrill
Yeah,
almost infinitely more than I love.
Mega Beedrill trumps Gmax Butterfree. Aside from the fact that Gmax Butterfree reminds pretty much everybody who's ever looked at it of Mothra.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's a
Oh yeah.
wonderful looking Pokemon. I will say that neither of them also to compare them because they're sister Pokemon, neither of them have a BST that's good, and neither of them have a stat over 90.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
both have a 90 stat. So
They
I would
actually
say that
have
for what they
almost
are,
inverted stats, except for Beedrill has slightly higher speed.
huh? Well, I think I don't know. I believe B tier is yeah, the B drill tier. I believe B tier is the home for these Pokemon. I don't believe Crustle deserves to be here by any stretch of the imagination, but I do
Well, yeah,
believe
that
that
was by unanimous decision. That's not just like me or you, or that's not just from
you're
one person.
you're right. I think it's S tier, but that's hey, that's a bias. That's a huge bias. Crustle's amazing. What about you, Neon?
Yeah, I agree. I think B is fitting. I mean, I like Beedrill's design. It's simple but effective. And to be honest, the giant stingers on its arms and abdomen have always been like
Yeah, they're pretty
they
good at
scream danger.
conveying. Yeah, that's exactly what they're supposed to do. Also, the shiny is very good. I do like the blue eyes on the shiny. I will say
And
that.
the green body.
Yeah, yeah, that is pretty peak. So are we?
They massacred. I'm sorry for the 2 seconds we're on this Pokemon and we're talking. Somebody brought up the shiny that wasn't me. I'm gonna say it. Gen 3's sprite. I'm looking at the sprites right now so that I can be very specific to the one person that's gonna watch this that cares about what I'm saying. In Gen 3, specifically, the sprite for Beedrill is peak. And the shiny sprite, the color, the specific saturation of green they use that they don't use in the Gen 2 sprite or any sprite from Gen 4 onward. That is the peak. That is the perfect Pokemon design. I want anyone who's ever not seen that sprite specifically to go to Pokemon database and look at it. Perfect design. Color, the eyes, the wings, the stance that he's taking, everything. Amazing design. Sorry, continue.
Okay, so now we're moving on to Parasect. Um, Conceptually, Parasect would be an S tier Pokemon. Execution wise, it's F tier.
Oh, come on. It's at least C tier. This is the
Okay,
first
okay.
Spore user, man.
Conceptually, it's S tier because I do like the idea of a mushroom taking over a bug and making it crazy and whatnot. And its design is solid. I don't mind the design. But that typing, the stat, ugh, just nah, homie. Nah, 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 nah. Nah.
We're gonna be saying the typing on a lot of these.
You're,
Minus this
you're
typing thing, the spore usage on this spore,
yeah, if
easy
it,
C tier, no matter what.
you say that until you realize that, like, what is its speed stat, homie?
I'm gonna say very, very low. Very low.
You,
All right.
you're
But
you're
it
you're
can't.
sitting on PDB right now.
Oh, you know I am. You know I am. It's 30. It's 30. Okay. His base speed stat's
So
30.
if
But he has
he ain't in
80 in
Trick
both
Room,
defenses.
if he ain't in Trick Room, he ain't surviving a hit from a fire type.
No, 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 no. But I know I'm taking in game also because you brought up Brock earlier, and in game this is how everybody hypes up Butterfree. We were talking about Butterfree and Compound Eyes and in sleep moves and status moves and all that, and that's mostly for the in game. Like people talk about Butterfree. Parasect was that guy. Parasect was Spore. Parasect where Butterfree died to every Geodude you ran into because it hit you with Rock Slide, this thing dies to the fire types. But minus what? Onita in in the Haunted Mansion. We're talking about Gen 1 and or just Kanto specifically. Minus that or the Vulpix or Growlithe you find outside of um, Erica's city, that the name is escaping me off the top of my head. Celadon. Uh, you don't really run into fire types. So, amazing Pokemon. I wouldn't say like, I mean, obviously I'm calling it C tier, but I wouldn't call it F tier. It was the first ever Spore user, um, which is in and of itself great. And it has 5 more attack than Beedrill, and that's 5 more attack stat than either of the two bugs that we've already talked about, being Butterfree and Beedrill. Like, it's a really good. The only thing bad about it is that its speed. Um,
Also, what level does it evolve?
hmm,
Because especially for an in-game playthrough, that does make a difference.
I mean, it does. 24.
Um,
So let me see
so
the encounter chart. because that matters. So we'll go Fire Red, Leaf Greens, Mount Moon, which is probably a very, like, I could go Let's Go, but I think that's probably the best way to do it.
You encounter Geodude, Zubat. That's
Okay,
another
so you can
thing.
find Paris. You can find Paris's up to level 12. I'm seeing up to level 12, up to level 12,
Yeah,
up to level 10, and Let's Go. So you really have that Pokemon for like 14 levels, 12 levels, and then you get Parasect. To mind
yeah,
you, though, you're getting this grass type right before Misty, and it is a grass bug type against her
against her
her
Starmie,
poison
I
type.
know. You mean her Psychic.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
But all in all, I think it's a C tier Pokemon.
Okay, so what do you think, Nyan?
I've personally never really cared for Parasect, and I like the fact that it has a lore. It just usually mons with dark, disturbing lores uh, are not my thing, personally.
Well, I mean, that's fair. So basically, Parasect's lore does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So I said F tier, he said C tier. Would you say,
Uh, um, I mean, nothing above C tier.
yeah, okay, I'll just say C tier.
Yeah, because I would say there are some there's at least one or two ones coming up that I would say is worse than Parasect, hands down. So, well, yeah.
Venomoth. Everything about this Pokemon except its design feels incomplete to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Um,
feel like they wanted to give it a third form, like a third or a second evolution, but they were like, nah, we better stop.
yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, it was Gen 1, so there's quite a few Pokemon I would say that suffer from that in the early gens.
Yeah, and a
I
lot of
mean,
Gen 1 Pokemon suffer from being power crept badly, and Venomoth
yeah.
is one of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, comparing it to the Pokemon in its generation, it does have 450, which is much better than the two we were just talking about,
Right.
or the three
Much
we're
better
just
than
talking about.
Beedrill, much better than
Butterfree,
Butterfree, much
Parasect. Well,
what
because I'll say this,
what was
it's.
Parasect BST? I forgot. Hmm.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I said what was Parasect BST? I forgot.
Oh, 405, I believe.
Ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
For a fully evolved Pokemon, that's terrible, bro. That's like worse
Well,
than a mid. That is worse than a middle evolution starter.
well, that was Pokemon then. Bugs were considered to be weaker. Uh, so, like, for instance, Venomoth is 450. Once again, not the best, but it does maximize in 90 speed and 90 special attack. So, while in Gen 1, both of its typings being physical, that wasn't that good. And then,
Yeah.
we have talked a lot about Gen 1 recent in this video, which is
Well, yeah, that's
Encanto.
because
Like,
like the vast majority of our of actually, yeah, the vast majority of the bugs we've covered so far have been
yeah, they've
Gen
all been
1.
Kanto. So I will say this: it does get Psybeam at 38 and Psykick at 50 in red and blue and yellow. So I mean, we do have in yellow. It gets Confusion immediately at level 1, as it evolves. in Gen 3, while it still has the before the physical special split, confusion at 17. I mean, yeah, it's still a psychic side beam. So
And
if
what
Giga
is
Drain is an egg move,
Venonat's evolution? What is the evolution level?
31. So a couple, it is your I
They meant for it to be the mid game bug type, but because
yes.
Bug and Poison were both physical, and it's a special attacker, and Bug literally had no moves. Well, not literally, because it technically had like pin missile, but I do not remember a single other Bug move in Gen 1.
There weren't a lot. Bug was one of the least. Um, in Gen 1, a lot of moves, or a couple moves that I know of, were normal when later on they were given typings. So I believe String Shot may have been one of them, where
Hmm.
I don't believe String Shot is a bug type move in Gen 1, regardless that it doesn't do damage.
But also,
Personally, Venomoth I think is a Pokemon that is aged a little better. Um, for a little bit. Um, but I think once we started to get to Sun and Moon, and obviously it got power crept before then, but I think Sun and Moon and the introduction of like Tapus and just better overall bugs, and that we'll get to later, that Sun and Moon hit, the bug got way better, and this Pokemon just disappeared. But it has Wonder Skin as a hidden ability. So, if you were trying to hit it um with any type of status move or anything that it would be
and in later gens,
self-inflicted.
it actually can't be poisoned because it's a poison type.
Yeah. But
I think the
all in
only thing
all,
that can
I
poison it would be Salazzle because of corrosion.
yeah.
So,
I think it's
I mean,
another C tier Pokemon. I
I'm
personally,
gonna,
because it never got a Gigantamax and it never got a Mega, I just don't think it's as good as I don't think you could compare this with like a Mega Beedrill or a
yeah,
Gigantamax Butterfree.
statistically, I agree with you, but I'm gonna put it in B. I would put it in B tier just because of the design. Like, I think as a Pokemon, it is a fully completed design. It is a solid design. Um, but statistically, I do agree with you. It's a C tier Pokemon. What about you? You're kind of the tiebreaker here, Nyan.
Oh gosh, I got a tie break again.
Yeah.
Ew. I mean, personally, I do like Venonat. I mean, excuse me, Venomoth. Um, Actually, that's kind of interesting because wasn't Venonat initially supposed to evolve into like Butterfree and Caterpie and Metapod into Venomoth and such?
No,
Or is that just fan theory?
I think that might be fan theory because of the eyes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I like it.
Okay, so C tier good with you then?
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Okay. Pinsir. I do not like this Pokemon, and I know it has good attack. I don't know about any of its other stats, so I don't know. I don't like the design of it. I don't think it's a good beetle. Um, and I know it has like 120, 130 attack, something like that. Am I wrong, Bug Boy?
Things at 125 attack. Also, before you keep talking, I'll say it also has 100 defense and not a stat under minus special attack. Nothing's under 65.
Okay,
85 speed.
85 speed. So statistically, it's pretty solid, is what we're saying.
500 BST.
So statistically, it's a good C tier Pokemon. Design wise, I just don't like it. And the
I would
Mega doesn't
say
fix that.
I'm gonna say this is the I'm gonna stand up on this is the first A tier bug. So this is a bug that has in its base form Hypercutter, Mold Breaker, and Moxie with a 125 attack and 85 speed, only 2 times weaknesses, and a pretty good move set. Like, I
Okay,
don't
so
know. I mean, it gets
statistically, it's a B tier.
statistically, like, all in all, it's B tier, and that's not me bringing up its mega. Its mega is 155 attack and 105 speed. It has 120 defense and an aerialate, which is aerialate making things
Like double
uh
edge into a normal type, or into a bug type, or into a
well
flying type attack.
uh
Sorry.
so it doesn't get double edge, but it does get giga impact, which is better. Unfortunately, I don't see well, actually, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I will need to go back in time to Gen 6 and 7 when Mega Pinsir was in the game, and that will allow me to determine whether it got seen Giga Impact. I don't see Double Edge. I believe you are thinking of Salamence using Double Edge.
Yeah, I was just using double edge as an example. I thought, like, I was pretty sure it got it because it was a TM.
It does get it, but it does not get it from TM. Pinsir can only, very obscure, Pinsir can only get Double Edge in the 3DS era games if you transferred it from Gen 3, because in Gen 3 it got it as a tutor exclusively.
Huh.
You cannot breed it, you cannot learn it, you cannot tutor it post Gen 3. That is the
I am so glad they stopped that crap. Like,
yep. As somebody
I
who owns all of these games, it is not fun when you're trying to recreate competitive or world championship teams on your hardware legitimately. Sometimes, if you want to watch certain YouTubers do it and do it with them, it is not only time consuming but money intensive.
You are not lying, brother. You are not lying. Uh,
But I mean, I truly think that this is the best bug we've talked about. That's not a
yeah,
bias point.
statistically, I would actually say that it is A tier.
Because I mean, out of a lot of these bugs, it's the bottom of A tier. I would say, because there are Pokemon that are going to be in A tier that are probably better than it, but there is not going to be a single Pokemon in B tier that I think is better than this Pokemon. So either the very top of B or the very bottom of A, but that's how I think on it.
What do you think about the design, though?
I think as a child, it terrified me. I think when I first saw this Pokemon, its teeth. I hated to look at it. Hated it. But it did what it was supposed to do. It's a maw. Supposed to be scary. I think as an adult looking at it now, I like its design.
Yeah,
I think it's goofy, but in a way that Gen 1 is. So I would say design wise alone, I'm gonna give it design wise, I would give it a solid C in the design. I think it's its competitive viability that pushes it to A. But
so I don't like the design, but I do like the competitive viability, so I'm right there with you. It's probably a good B tier mon then.
yeah, probably. But I
Oh,
would say I would
God.
put it in front of Beedrill.
That's fair. That is 100% fair. What about you, uh, Nyan?
I agree. It's not one of my personal favorites, but I do respect it. It's a pretty decent mod all around. And the Mega form has actually grown on me. I used to not really care much for the Mega, but I don't know, the wings are kind of neat.
That's fair. That's fair.
And the design gets the point across too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely danger.
I didn't say it was like poorly designed. I just said I'm not a fan of the design. Like I respect
Yeah,
what the artist was going for, but it doesn't hit with me. That's all.
yeah, I agree.
And I mean, as an artist yourself, you would probably know more about that.
Eh, eh, I mean, I don't know. Calling me an artist is kind of like really high up there. I
Um,
don't know.
I have seen your work, and while you may not necessarily be what most would consider a professional artist, um, yeah, I would call you an artist.
Oh, thanks. Look, Ledian.
You're not wrong. Um, Sorry, Bug Boy, was that too much?
No, Ledian. I think
Um,
it's
Design wise, it gets the
Hmm.
point across of Ladybug. I don't hate the design. I think it's a solid C tier design. Competitively, this thing is F tier. Like, I don't even think Smogon has this thing in a tier.
okay. So I'm not going to dignify this Pokemon with anything because we've been on here for a little bit. Um, so just going to spit out a couple of things, and we're gonna sit here on this. This Pokemon came out in Gen 2. It only has 3 abilities. 2 of them don't count. That's Swarm and Early Bird. So we're just gonna talk about its hidden ability, Iron Fist. This is a physical attacking bug flying type Pokemon with Iron Fist. Iron Fist, for anyone who doesn't know, only increases power ups all punching moves by 20%. It's a very limited number of moves. Lydian gets very few of them. You may be asking yourself, oh, that's fine. That means the Pokemon's good and it powers up and it punches, it does everything it does.
It's
Its
got an
attack
attack
stat's
stat of
35.
35.
Yeah, its attack stat is 35 points. Its speed is 85. It has a BST of 390. This is by far the worst bug that we have talked about so far. If Ledian F tier is Ledian tier. I'm looking real quick forward. Spoiler alert to anybody watching. There may be only one. No, there is no Pokemon in this whole list worse than Ledian. Ledian is the worst bug on this list, I think. Yup. In fact, the male comb you know what, even that you know what, we'll save it, we'll glaze combi later. I think Ledian's F tier. I think it's the worst. Throw it in Ledian tier.
Okay. Ariados. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say anything about it, Nyan?
Just I I know it's not a great mod, but really renaming F tier to Ledian tier? That poor dude.
Hey,
I don't
I
know.
I agree with you on its design alone. I want them to give it something to give it a boost. I want them to give it an evolution. I
Yeah,
want them to give it a mega. No, do not give it a mega evolution. Do not give it a mega evolution. Give it a regular evolution first.
Pokemon
yeah.
Company is now, because we've said this is going to date this video, they're going to release Mega Ledian Z, and they're going to put all 100 points in its attack. They're going to make it a really mid Pyro level Mega. It's going to
You stop that right now, young man. You stop that.
Don't worry. If they do that, we will brand Bug Boy live.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to say, if they do actually do that, it has a speed of 85 and a special defense of 110. So sure, it'll be Beedrill. It'll be a worse Beedrill. It'll be so much worse Mega Beedrill, but we'll get a second one. And if they give it huge power, and if they get huge power, and then they double it, it'll be a better Beedrill. It's slower, so worse.
Oh,
So,
All
like,
right,
what
let's get off.
brands are we looking to brand him with? Because I don't want to get sued by like Coca-Cola or anything.
It's gonna be a ladybug. That's it. It'll be a little ladybug symbol.
it's going
So
to be a
who are
little
we on
toxic
now?
ladybug symbol, Ariados.
Arya does. Oh yeah. Yeah. Gen 2 did not like Gen 2 was half and half on these bugs, man. F? Is everybody feeling a solid F tier for Ariados?
I'm going to be real with you, competitively, yes, but I do like the design. I just wish it had 8 legs.
Oh, it doesn't?
No,
Dang,
it,
now that's gonna bother me.
it's got the 4 bottom ones and then the 2 that are sticking up that are technically legs.
Huh.
I think that's what they're supposed to be. So Bug Boy says F tier. I'm saying D. I'm saying like I would put it in D tier if there was a D tier.
I am so sorry. I just realized I was muted for a couple of seconds there. Mm, I I'm looking at Ariados right now, and you know, it's just I'm thinking it's F only because I'm looking at the other spider bugs that we get later on, because that's really what this is. This is just Spider the Pokemon.
Yeah, if you're
They're like,
comparing it to Galvantula, it's F tier.
and it will even Spidops, man. Spidops is also Spider the Pokemon, but I think it did a lot better. This is to talk about other franchises for just 2 seconds. This definitely reminds me of like a mix between a base Digimon and a Pokemon, where they were like, we don't want to put anything on it that's mechanical, but we want it to, especially in its more modern looks. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Pokemon that much to me when I look at it. It just looks like a mythical creature from something else. And I guess to me, mm, I don't know. And then you compare it to Galvantula. Oh,
Yeah,
great Pokemon.
right. Um, any
Also
thoughts,
40
Nyan?
speed.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Although they did give it a signature move that I think fixes that by lowering speed and poisoning the opponent or something. It's like Toxic Thread or something like that.
Yeah, but what gen did it even get Toxic Threat?
Gen 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Considering this is the first like spider Pokemon, and this is Gen 2, I think that should kind of help maybe temper our expectations a little bit. I mean, yes, the Galvantula and Spidops do get better in the later gens, but at the time, this was what we had, Gen 2.
Also, Spidops statistically is not much better, if better at all.
Oof. So, yeah, I think C is all right. I'd rather it be in C than F.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Design carries, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, we can do C, but only because it does have a mildly pretty shiny.
You know what? I am gonna do something. I know you said that there shouldn't be a D tier. Oh crap. No, back. Uh,
Yeah, I think you hit the wheel.
I am gonna do something. We're going to
Add row below.
add row above. We're going to do
Mm.
D tier because there have been a lot of mons on here that we were like, we don't really think they're C tier, but there's not a D tier.
Okay. Then I'm arguing 100% that Mons like Venomoth and Ariados should be in D tier because they don't have Spore.
Yeah,
They're not.
I was going to move Ariados down to D tier. I don't know about Venomoth because I do like that design.
Look, we can come back on it after we filled this out a lot more, and we can compare it to other Pokemon and figure out what we like, what we're
That
sitting on.
that's fair. Also, if doesn't have Spore is going to be one of your criteria, I want you to look up the list of Pokemon that get Spore and like obviously filter out the grass types and then tell me how many bug types actually get Spore. Don't worry, I'll wait. So, Nyan, how was your day?
Quite lovely, thank you. How was yours?
It was good. It was good. It is a pain to coordinate these videos, though. Yeah. Oh, dude, we should have just done this as a live stream and then like left up the recording.
Okay. It took me a second because I had to go to any Pokemon who could ever get Spore, and that's a different list. So, bug type Pokemon who can get it, it's only the Parasect line, which makes it one of the best bugs. Uh, most other Pokemon that can get the move, in fact, all of them are grass except for Smeargle.
Yeah, but Smeargle doesn't count because Smeargle can learn almost every move in the game. I think there might be like 3 moves that are excluded from Smeargle's list.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
anyway, moving on. Fortress. I don't rock with the design. I don't rock with the fact that it's basically just an explosion merchant. But I guess statistically, because of its typing and because of its defenses, I'm guessing it at least has good physical defense. It's probably a solid C tier mon.
Okay. So, this Pokemon's adorable. I won't have this slander. This is the first baby. This is a little roly poly ball of fun. I love him so much. Uh, I would strongly prefer him not be this low. He is amazing. Also, you're not looking at the best form of him. It's his shiny. It's just this very balanced, very beautiful, same color shiny across the entire thing. Some people call it muted or boring. Love it.
I mean, the shiny does help. I will give you that.
And it has 140 defense and a 90 attack. If we're talking about of its time, this.
But can he eat a flamethrower?
Yes, he has sturdy.
Okay, so he's got a good ability. So statistically, he's probably a solid B tier.
Okay, so he's weak to one thing,
Uh,
fire.
Nah, you're right. Statistically, because of his high defense and his lack of
He's
weaknesses, he's an A tier.
Yeah,
But
because let me hit you with this. He's immune to poison and he resists normal, psychic, bug, ice, dragon, steel, fairy, and 4-time resist grass. Only thing hitting him neutrally is water, electric, fighting ground, flying, rock, ghost, and dark. And that sounds like a lot.
yeah, no, when he only
But
has one weakness, that's not too much. And because of that 140 defense, he's pretty solid. So, like I said, statistically, he's probably at least a B or A tier. But again, I do not rock with this design.
I'm waiting for the mega. This Pokemon's prime for a mega. This Pokemon's stats. This is exactly the type of Pokemon that could need a mega. The issue is that with the battle system we have, I don't know how it would work, but this is the one. Give it to its special defense and to its attack. Make it a rollout in Pokemon.
Ugh.
Be fun.
What about
Now,
you, Nyan? I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm
oh, you are so good. I was just gonna say it's gonna be really hard to compare it to the next Pokemon, but go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, the next Pokemon kind of blows out of the water. Not even gonna lie.
I mean, the shiny looks really good in Scarlet Violet, so
You're not
there's
lying.
that.
You're not lying. And to be honest, the next Pokemon, that's the only game that makes that Pokemon shiny look good. So
Oh, you don't like the green?
I don't like that neon. I do not like that neon booger green. No,
Now,
Well, I guess I am
before
kind
we
of biased. I tend to like the green ones in general, but
it
anyway.
looks like a radioactive booger.
Really?
why are we talking about Espeon like that? Don't talk about Espeon. But no talk about shinies. Fortress's shiny does make it look like an even bigger golden nugget. I do like that.
Yeah, like the
Oh
shiny
wow.
does help the design. It's just I don't like the roly poly nature of it because of where the eyes are mostly. Because if it's
That's
rolling on
fair.
its side, it can't see.
I'm just picturing it trying to spin sideways and getting it caught.
Yeah, so we'll put it in B tier. Everybody good with that? Because statistically, I agree it's probably an A tier Pokemon, but
I don't know, man. I'm looking at the other bugs and I don't see many that I
like top of B tier so far.
top of B tier. Top of B tier. I would also move Pinsir in front of Butterfree.
Yeah,
But
you're
it
right.
definitely
You're
kills
right.
Butterfree.
Yeah, you're right.
And Crustle definitely wipes Beedrill, unfortunately. Beedrill doesn't have the damage output on Crustle. Crustle will survive and then just one shot it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Scizor. I
A
like.
if not S.
I was gonna say, yeah, yeah, solid S tier. I'm totally fine putting it in S tier. I like the design. I like the red color. I like the green color in Scarlet and Violet because of the metallic sheen on the shiny. And um this is just a solid statistical Pokemon. It's got Technician to boost like this thing makes Bug Bite worth running. I don't typically run X Scissor on this thing. I run Bug Bite. Don't have a berry in front of me. Um well, did you have anything you wanted to add, Bug Boy?
Yeah. So I I'll be honest. Scizor, pretty not good Pokemon. I mean, look, we're talking about bugs, so they're already not that good. But Scizor is the better fortress. I mean, that you will say it with what it is. It just is, and it has a mega. So I mean, it just leaps and bounds better. I'll say none of my love for this Pokemon comes from like its base design or having it in the game. It was a trade Evo. I loved it in its movie debuts. This is one of those Pokemon that I will say has some of the better some of the better times in the movies. So it is in the Celebi movie, which is really good. It's in the Deontay movie, if memory serves. I remember it being in the Zoroark movie.
I didn't watch the Zoroark movie. I don't really remember the Deontay movie, and I think you're right about the Celebi movie. My experience with it, as far as animated stuff goes, is from the anime. There was this one episode where this kid with a laptop thought, like, he basically tried to do what people do in the games and boil everything down to numbers. And so this old dude with a scissor just kind of curb stomped him and proved him wrong.
I don't know about proved him wrong. May have proved him right. That old man probably EV trained. He had IV trained, bred Pokemon. His already has 130 attack. Man probably had technician. Like, he probably proved him right. He said, "Oh, you want to see? I'll show you, kid. You don't know nothing." Hey, he was right. That kid didn't know anything. Dang, that's Scissor's Mega's EST is pretty good. Yeah, I mean this is definitely an S tier Pokemon. Hey, we're
What's
talking
your
about bugs.
Yeah, like it's an S tier bug Pokemon. If it was a steel type list, I probably wouldn't put it in S tier.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, it may get dropped to A. This may be the king of the S tier or the A tier, right? Maybe the
Yeah,
king of the A tier, but I'm thinking right now he's S tier.
yeah, I can totally see that. Um, what about you, Nyan?
Scizor is cool, it's edgy, and it works. So I'm fine with it being an S tier.
Okay, so you have no complaints about the Pokemon. Um,
No, not really.
just for just for the sake of transparency, me and Bug Boy are more competitive. She doesn't really play through competitive. She mostly just plays the games for the games. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just being transparent.
Yeah, in case that wasn't already obvious enough from my
Right.
previous comments.
Yeah, it's just, and we value those kind of opinions because those kind of opinions temper us more competitive players who only look at competitive or mostly look at competitive.
Ah, well, that makes me happy.
But yeah, moving on.
Mm.
Heracross.
This this is a B tier Pokemon. I mean, this is like in the past I would have called it A, but as time's gone on and I've replayed older games, I personally think this is about the same tier as Pinsir. I wouldn't
Yeah,
I would used to say it was better, but about the same.
yeah, I would say it's definitely above the last three so far in B tier, but I would say like it and Pinsir are kind of equal. If somebody wanted
I
to
would say
interchange the two, I wouldn't fight them on it. But
I would definitely say its design looks better. It looks
yeah,
a lot more like a beetle.
yeah. It definitely gives that Hercules Beetle vibe a lot better. As far as competitively, statistically, uh, I don't like what they did with the Mega by turning it into a skill link merchant.
Yeah. I will say this. This is going to be the first Pokemon where I am gonna say that its Mega and Shiny combo are so bad that I
Yeah,
think its Mega actually loses it points for me.
yeah,
Saying that, its attack is 185.
I thought it was 165.
No, its attack is 185.
Good God, they just ah okay. So yeah,
So
skill
that
link might work
skill
with it.
link,
That
yeah. So
the multi hit
it
moves
deserves.
just annihilate.
Yeah, what all multi hit moves did it get?
It got Rock Blast and Pin Missile, I know. Because Boys the Heracross in Legends ZA is an absolute, just
It
god tier
also
Pokemon.
it also got Bullet Seed.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's nice.
So yeah, I would say A tier. I mean, it also got Arm Thrust. Yeah, this is a great Pokemon. I'm not gonna say it's as good as yeah, I think it's good where it is actually. I think B tier is a good spot.
Yeah. Next time we all three get together, we're just gonna do a live stream, assuming I can actually go live. Because yeah, I think this is gonna be like an hour and a half long video, at least. But anyway, moving on. Beautifly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean we could just split it into a little part one, part two. Beautifly, that is a garbage Pokemon. This is, what are we talking about here? This is out of the two. Look, you're gonna find me biased when it comes to brother, sister Pokemon, sister Pokemon, whatever you want to call them. I normally like one and dislike the other normally. So,
That's fair. If we're gonna do part
so
one and part two, I'm saying when we get to Gen 4, let's cut it.
yeah, we should probably finish Gen 4 and then cut it. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can do that.
I
And
think.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Beautifly is a. I think Beautifly is down there with Ariados as a completely useless Pokemon.
Yes,
I'm not gonna call it Ladian. Not gonna call it Ladian. It's just completely useless to anything other than unless you really like the Pokemon and this is your baby and you want to put it on your team for your in-game playthrough, do it. Love it. I'm down with Wurmple like anybody else. I'm just saying, don't bring it on the ladder. That's it. And there's plenty of these Pokemon that are like that. Like, this is a big one. Don't do it. You're just gonna have a bad time. This is a really bad Pokemon. It doesn't have a signature move. It may be Ledian tier, but I'm not gonna put it there because it is at least pretty to look at.
yeah, I feel that. Um, what about you, Nyan?
Honestly, I mean, kind of side with D tier, but it's not Ledian tier, so I can't complain. And I mean, I don't know much about the stats. Personally, I love the design. I mean, it's a
I
very
think, and
pretty butterfly, so
Bug
it gets
Boy
that
can
done.
correct me on this, but I think it's statistically right there with like Beedrill and Butterfree.
It's 395, and I'll tell you this: technically has 100 special attack, beating out Butterfree special attack, but both of its defenses are 50, and its
Okay,
speed is 65.
so yeah, trashed here. Gotcha.
This is a literally useless Pokemon unless you think it's pretty. Because I'll be honest, the next Pokemon I think is really pretty. So,
See, I don't like the face on Dustox.
yep. And here he is, the baby Dustox.
Yeah, no, for me, this is a design wise, this is a C tier Pokemon, and competitively, it ain't better.
I love it. Jesse had one in the show, which definitely, like, I stopped watching the show shortly after. I would say probably during Gen 5, and then I went back to it to watch the conclusion. But
That's another
of Gen
thing.
5,
I want you to help me record a Gen 5 anime video because, like, I have said it multiple times on this channel. I hate Gen 5.
Gen
I
5 is
hate
a
it.
great generation, man. It's a good
I hate it
generation.
with passion. I hate it with a
No,
passion.
the anime is a little rough. The anime
The
is a
anime
little
is
rough,
rough.
but
The fact that they tried to soft reboot the games, including
that
putting.
was
We can talk about that later. We're on a bug tier list. We
we
need to
talk
talk.
about we talk about
That's
we're talking
another
So
about that
thing.
at
about
a
that
different
dust
time.
dogs.
Like,
um, yeah, go ahead, man.
it's above. Like, I'll put it above Beautifly, even though I do like Beautifly's design more. But I'm saying it cannot be better than a C tier Pokemon because I know it has around Beautifly's stats.
Okay, okay, okay. So statistically speaking, it's worse than Beautifly. Beautifly got a 10-point increase. Um, I don't believe I know the generation off the top of my head. Someone correct me. I should know it off the top of my head. I just don't want to spread misinformation. But it did get a 10-point increase much later in life. And that put it from
Yeah,
90 special attack.
they gave it the Beedrill treatment,
So
and I
Dustox
think
did not get
Butterfree
that.
got the same kind of treatment.
Yeah, so Butterfree did not get that stat increase,
You
and so
mean Dustox?
yeah,
Uh,
sorry. So Dustox did not.
Go away, ad blocker. Like, homie, what
Gotta
is this
love,
nonsense? Gotta love when
gotta
these
love that
random
ad
things.
blocker.
Yeah, gotta love that random pop up.
But so Dustox statistically is worse than Beautifly because it did not get that 10 points. But I would say that it's a better Pokemon proof because it didn't. This is a bad Pokemon. But the generation it came out in, like we didn't talk about this with Beautifly because I don't care about Beautifly, but I'm gonna defend Dustox. The generation it came out in was the generation of contests. And this Pokemon was good in contest. Its moveset was very diverse for contests. It could win every single ribbon. Not every Pokemon had a good time in Gen 3 doing that. So this Pokemon could win every ribbon, and that's what it was advertised as in the anime. It was a contest Pokemon. It wasn't a battle Pokemon. So I'm gonna take it as it was advertised, and it being advertised as a contest Pokemon. It's the best one. It's cutesy when it evolves entirely. It's a baby Mothra, and it maybe not be the Mothra Pokemon. We'll get to that later, but this is a
Yeah,
very pretty Pokemon.
talking about Dustox.
Yes,
Okay, so I put it in C tier. You put it in what tier? B tier.
I'm gonna be honest. It's my heart tells me A.
Okay,
My heart
so
tells me this is an A tier bug. It has compound eyes, which is what everybody talks about.
with Butterfree, you're right.
Butterfree
You're right.
being. It has shield dust to block all of the additional effects of other moves. There's versatility in it. It has an amazing shiny. And if you like the lottery, if you like to gamble a little, you can shiny hunt yourself a Wurmple, and you don't know if you're gonna get the beautiful Dustox, you're gonna get stuck with Butterfree. So I
You
just,
mean Beautifly?
you're right. That's how much I don't like Beautifly. That Pokemon's name just doesn't exist.
Okay,
Doesn't
moving.
exist.
I'm sorry. What do you think, Nyan?
Um, I mean, I do like dust dogs. Not one of my favorites, but I do respect it. And I kind of feel like aesthetic wise, it's usually kind of the underdog compared to Beautifly. So I don't know. I like them both.
That's fair. Um, yeah, dude. I think we're gonna have to cut this video before Gen 4. I will explain why after we cut. But after we finish Gen 3, we're gonna have to cut and do a part 2.
Yes, sir.
All right. Moving on to Masquerain. I like the design competitively, it's just as bad as most of the bad bugs on this list. I think it might get Intimidate, which kind of raises it a little bit, but other than
This Pokemon has a base stat total of 454. This is probably one of the better bugs we've seen. Has 100 special attack, nothing under 60, evolves at 22, and it gets Intimidate as its base ability.
okay, so statistically, it should be like right here.
Um, I would, yeah, I would say it's probably better than Pinsir. It has Intimidate. Like that ability is so good, even in modern Pokemon. I honestly, I put it above Pinsir hair across any of them. I put it under Fortress because Fortress is really heavy and has like Heavy Slam, has Stab, and it also has Self Destruct. I mean, there's other things you could do with it, but that
Okay,
Intimidate's
so
crazy.
actually, I think this might be our first A tier because if it's B tier statistically, and I like the design, I don't know about you.
Yeah, have you seen the shiny for this Pokemon?
I have not seen the shiny, and you'll have to show it to me after.
Yeah. This is one of those really good looking green shinies, not an ugly one. And it's like 4
Okay,
different shades of green on it.
all right. What about you,
Yeah.
Nyan?
I don't really have any strong feelings on it, so I'm okay with that.
Okay, sorry if I'm speed running, but yeah, when I explain why, you'll understand.
Oh, you're good, man. Let's go. We have one, two,
Nin-
three, 4 Pokemon left.
Ninjask has speed boost. Like that is its defining
B-
trait.
It's B tier. It's B tier. Because and the reason I say B tier is this: it never got a mega, it never got a form. Its stats are mediocre. It was great when Baton Pass was legal. Baton Pass is illegal. It's dead in doubles. It's B
Yeah.
tier because of a legacy.
Yep. I I 100% agree, and I don't hate the design. The black and yellow with the white wings is kind of cool.
Yeah, great design. One of the top tier designs, and I like it shiny.
Okay, I like the lore for Shedinja, and as a gimmick Pokemon goes, if you could terrestrialize this thing into an electric type and give it an air balloon, you wouldn't be able to hit it. You would have to hit it with like a weather or status or something. So
Yeah.
that to me plus the design and the lore makes it at least a B tier Pokemon, if not an A tier.
So this is probably the biggest gap I think we have on the tier where I thought Russell was S, but you thought it was B. You think this thing is A. I actually think this is Ledian tier. This is the most sunk legend or like this is the most sink or swim bug there is, and the problem is you sink so much. Even in game, the amount of times I've tried in any team ever to try to this is one of the worst bugs in my opinion.
Well,
Hate it.
yeah, it does have quite a few weaknesses
And
though,
it
and normally in-game teams have something that can hit it.
also I don't like its design. I don't like the gaping hole in its back that looks at you, and the lore implication behind it I think is very strange. I don't like it. The front of its design looks great. The back looks so awful that maybe that's
Yeah.
just an obscure reason to dislike it, but I've seen the
No,
back of its
I
sprite for
understand it.
years.
I understand it 100%. So you said
I think
Ledian
it
tier.
is.
I'm saying it's at least a B tier, if not A tier. So we'll go C tier for us. What about you, Nyan?
Never been a huge fan of it. I respect that it's definitely different. They try to do something very unique with Shedinja, so there is that. But yeah, not really crazy about it to be honest.
I feel that. So, are you good with it in C tier, or do you want me to move it down to D tier?
Honestly, I'm alright with C tier.
Okay. Um, we're just gonna do Volbeat and Illumise together because they're both, one is just as useless as the other. Like the
That
only
is an incorrect. That is an incorrect statement. One of them has a competitive viability, and the other one is a piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, because one of them gets prankster. You're not wrong.
No, no, actually. Well,
You're not gonna tell me that
yes.
Tail Glow saves it. No, I don't
Well,
buy that.
the one with tail glow gets prankster. That's why I stopped myself.
Yeah, speaking of, there's another mon that I could see getting Tail Glow, and both of you are probably gonna flame me for this. But tell me that conceptually you can't see it. I think Charizard
Hmm.
could get Tail Glow.
I was just thinking probably Charmander. I could see Charmander getting it because like the tail glow thing, but that'd be weird.
I mentally called it.
Yeah.
I sat here like, he's gonna say Charizard. And then he said
Yeah.
Charizard.
Hey, I am open about my biases. What can I say?
We know,
Yeah.
we know.
Um, Talking about some biases, I'm pretty open about mine. I think Illumise, that little purple-headed one, that's Ledian. I won't hear anything about it. That is a Ledian tier Pokemon. It is the worst one. You might as well just drop it there. It's there for
Respect.
good.
Much respect. Much
Let it go.
respect.
Uh, Volbeat is C tier. He's not as good as Ninjask with Speed Boost by any means, but Tailglow and Prankster together, like I he's
I
better than
mean, if you can
Shedinja.
make him survive a hit, he gets that tail glow off, he might be able to do something.
Baby, that's why we have a focus sash.
You're not wrong. And
That
then
is
I hit him with a
why.
multi-hit move, and he just fold.
Amen. Amen. Then I cry. Then I cry. Hey, but I got this swords dancer over here.
All right, so
Look,
you
that's
good
how
with that,
Crust will be.
Jan? You good with that, Jan?
I think we're experiencing some technical difficulties over here.
I think we are too. Are you muted? Oh, she may be
Sorry, I
muted.
was muted.
Okay. So, what are your opinions on Volbeat? Let me say.
Pretty meh.
Okay, so you're good with our placements then?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
All right. Okay, so we were gonna do this all as one video, but because of the length of this video, I think we're gonna break it up into two parts. Um, this has been Delteros, and I'm here with Bug Boy and Nyanitor. So say your goodbyes, plug your channel, Bug Boy.
Yeah, guys, I've just started a new channel, Theebugboii. This video will be on it, as well as some new ones coming up. Let's go ahead and give it a peep. Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
the Bug Boy with two E's.
Two E's and two I's.
All right. Nyanitor, would you like to say goodbye to the folks? Yes, not. Or maybe she's muted again.
Muted again, probably.
Actually, yeah. If you could check Discord, I don't want to pull it up.
Oh, you're good, friend. Yep, she's muted. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right. Well, then I'll just do my outro and we'll call it there. This has been Delteros. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Bug Boy's channel. Leave comments. Yeah. Also, there will most likely be a card for another video at some point. I may actually do multiple cards because of the length of this video. Um, if I can figure out how that works. But yeah, this has been Delteros. Don't be me. Be better.